Hello class, and welcome to our week 7 discussion board over standard operating procedures. So quick overview, I'll talk about an incident that actually occurred here a couple months ago, and then some standard operating procedures that apply and my position on standard operating procedures. So real quick, the incident was a near miss. It occurred at Honolulu Airport at far right around Foxtrot, which is a high traffic area. And if you look at an airport diagram, it's also labeled as a hotspot. So what happened? There was two young flight schools involved. Thankfully, it was not my flight school, but two of the other ones. And they had two planes almost colliding with each other. So the instructors and the students did not follow the callbacks, their readbacks when ATC gave them instructions. They weren't paying attention, and they also weren't, looking outside of the airplane, looking for traffic, and doing things that pilots are supposed to do. So standard operating procedures that apply. Of course, you always read back all instructions. They even say that when you listen in to the weather at Honolulu, it says read back all instructions. So right off the bat, they failed to follow that standard operating procedure directed to them from their weather briefing. And then, of course, pilot responsibilities. Pilots are responsible to see and avoid other traffic, and they failed at this, especially having instructors aboard. Those flight instructors should have known better and should have been watching for each other. Thankfully, there was not an accident. They did stop in time to avoid each other, but they came very close, and it was considered an incident. And the Honolulu air traffic controllers and pilots, they had several discussions about this incident and just several back and forth discussions about paying attention and listening to each other. So what's my position? If there's standard operating procedures, they're mandatory. If it's established, it's mandatory. It's there for a reason. Usually they exist because of safety. It's not to make anybody feel bad, and it's not a way to limit you as a pilot, but it's usually there for a safety reason, and nobody wants to get hurt. Nobody wants to see an accident happen. So standard operating procedures, if they're established, like I said, just follow it. And of course, if they are established, they should make sense. So we're not going to do something that doesn't make sense just because it's established. So, take that with a grain of salt. But generally speaking, if there's a standard operating procedure, follow it, and you'll be in the right all the time. So in conclusion, we talked about the incident, what standard operating procedures applied, and a little bit on my position. So like I said, they're important. You should follow them if you have them, and they're usually made because of safety. So thanks for watching my video.